Hello all. This is a quick tutorial to show you how to hex edit Batman Arkham City to enable cheats. And this is, again, brief tutorial. So let's say you installed the game, you have Batman Arkham City, and it's installed to Steam or wherever you want to install it. So you've got the game. Now you want to enable cheats, and there is a cheat engine way to do it, but I'm just going to show you a real easy, simple way. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need UE Explorer, and we'll get into that. You also need a hex editor, so like XHD. This one's a good hex editor, so I might as well use this one here. So we'll use XHD. We also need to grab from Gilder himself. He has for his UE viewer Unreal I don't even want to know, U model you could call it. When you download the Win32 version here, and when that eventually happens, you will get a decompressor, which you will likely need. So a decompressor is meant to decompress the UPK file, and this is important. So when I extract this, and we have our U model here, and I can just put this on the desktop as well. Here we go. So we got our U model. I'm not going to worry about that. So we got our U model, and what you need to do... Where's the decompressor? Did I not get the decompressor? What is this? Oh, this is where I need... Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, we need the Unreal package decompressor, which I thought was going to be bundled. It's not bundled with it. UModel itself is great for looking at packages, but I want the actual decompress. So this decompress here, I'm just gonna add it into our UModel here. And all you really need to do with that is you grab a file, you put it onto decompress, and then that's supposed to give you the decompressed version. So for example, if I open up our Bat City, I go to our Batman game, and let's just say I take a look at like, I don't know, engine or something. This is technically already decompressed, but if I take a look at maybe anything else, if I do like Bat game, Bat Cave, I could do something like this. Any one of these would work. But if I just start with engine UPK, what you can do is with UModel here, you can hold over decompress. Yes, I'd like to run it. And then you're supposed to get an unpacked version of the engine. Now mine's already unpacked, which is great. So this is the unpacked version. So what I'm going to show you here is how to use Unreal Engine Explorer. So for this one here, I'll just put this engine UPK here, and with Unreal Engine Explorer, I'm just going to close this. We're gonna open the file, and on the desktop, we're gonna just select engine UPK to open it up. So as we can see here, is it compressed? No, which is good. So now we can get to it. So under the Objects tab here, there's lots of things to look at, but for the easy part, we're just going to go to Player Controller, and there's a command that's usually in a lot of games called Enable Cheats. And enable cheats is basically going to enable cheats, right? It makes sense. So add cheats here. So add cheats sounds good, but let's take a look at it and see what the problem is. Because if you go enable cheats by default, it's not going to work. And this is the reason why. So this little and here is the problem. There's a few ways to fix this. You could technically change this to world game does not equal none. But it's also easier just to change this right here to an or. So instead of an and, it's an or. So there's a few ways to kind of figure that out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, for the add cheats here, I'm going to look at the functions here, and we're going to go add cheats. And I'm just going to right click on this. And I'm going to say view disassembled tokens. And the whole point of this is giving you the actual bytecode. So this is the actual bytecode that you're going to be looking for. So all this right here, 82, whatever, this is what this means. So technically this 82, and this is a bit of a spoiler for you, this 82 is this and statement. That's what this 82 is. And 84 over here is this or statement. So all we have to do really is copy just a fair amount of this bytecode what we're going to do is we're just going to, for now, I'll leave this open. I'm going to make a new engine. We're going to call this engine, I'm going to call it like engine and then enable cheats. We'll have to change this later, but that's fine. So with XHD, we're going to open up the engine enabled cheats because that's the one we care about. So right here, you see a bunch of bytecode. Don't worry too much about it. We're going to go Control F. We go under hex values. We're going to put in our code here, right? And it doesn't need to be everything. This is actually unique enough that we can just paste it in, and it'll literally only find us the one line, which is perfect. And so literally this 82 right here, we need to change to an 84. Now I have a few little cheats here because this would have been hard to figure out if I didn't have like, you know, a helping hand. This Wiki Nexus mods here has some hex values for XCOM modding for Unrealscript. So it is somewhat compatible. I'm sure there's some values that don't match, and you would have to decompile the Batman game to figure out, you know, what does a certain number mean. But it is good for 82 and 84. Those do match. Then there's also an int0, int1 for constants, and you also have 27, 28 for also constants. These are basically sort of like constant bytecodes. So that's really good. So that's just to kind of show you, like, why is it 82? That's just how the game determines it. So that's just how the compiled code's gonna read it. So what we'll do here, again, we'll just go here and double click on this if you ever want to highlight again. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna change this 82, and we're gonna just change it to an 84. And that's red, that's great. So we're gonna save it. Now, this engine enabled cheats will close out of this. If I, in UE Explorer, to see if this actually worked, let's open up our engine enabled cheats. So this is the engine enabled cheats, same deal. We're gonna go to player controller. So player controller, that's great. We're gonna go under the functions here. We know it's add cheats. So under add cheats, let's take a look. Oh look, it's an or statement now. So technically, if your cheat manager is none, which is what it will be, or if world game equals none, which it won't, but that doesn't matter because we've already got a true here. So that's great. Or if it allows cheats, which it won't, technically any one of these being true is going to get us our cheat manager. So that's nice. So what we can do now, because you can see the difference here, right? This one, if I go, oh boy, if I just, there we go, right? You can see this is the original with an and. This is the new one with an or that we modified the bytes for, and that's what that byte is. So if right now I take this engine enabled cheats, and we go back into our Bat City, so BM game, cooked PC console, and then in here we're going to look for engine. And in this case, this is our original or whatever, so we're just going to go, you know, original, whatever. It doesn't, you know, you just want to keep some backup of it, and that's a good idea. So I'm going to copy in our engine enabled cheats here. And we do need to make sure this is renamed just to engine, which is fine. So this right here is the one with our cheats enabled. So let's start up the game and let's see if this worked. You know, and I did a lot of copy pasting of the files, which is fine. And yeah, so that's again just showing you, right? The enable cheats version has an or in here. So all we should have to do is literally type in enable cheats, because this is an executable function, which means we can type it in to the console, and this enable cheats will call add cheats, which then should do our cheat thing now that we have this being an or. So let's just go ahead, let's see how it works. And this is just a very simple tutorial just to get you through the first step, so that you just sort of understand the process here. I have been able to get sort of a two player spawning, but they both use the same camera, which is a problem, and my knowledge is limited. So let's just see right here, if I press F10 twice, I get a little console at the bottom, which is fine. And this is not using any cheat engine or anything. And if I just type in, you know, enable cheats, and I can type tab there. When I hit enable cheats, now what happens is, if I go ahead and I press F10 and I say something like fly, now Batman can literally fly around the map, being Batman, you know. Or if I want him to do ghost, there's ghost. Oops. Oop. We have Ghost, so now he can go through walls. Ooh, scary Batman. And then, of course, if we want to get him back to normal, then we have Walk. And those are just kind of standard cheats, which is great. So that's basically how you can just literally hack the game to then make it so that you can enable cheats, which is cool. So, you know, and if you wanted to see, and we'll do here, I'll just F10 exit. If you really want to look at some cool cheats in here, sometimes the game will show you the cheats. So BM game is what we're going to look for here. So if I just if we go back to our Bat City, BM game, cooked console, and if I go BM game, there we go, BM game right here. We're going to copy that. Same deal, sort of the same deal here, right? I'm going to paste this in BM game. We're going to put it over to our decompress. This should now give us our BM game. Good, good. And you can see the byte size is bigger. This is 23. This is 38. So we know this is uncompressed. So I'm just going to put this BM game over here on the desktop just to make it easier. We're going to open it up on our desktop, BM game. Bing, we can see that, yes, this is not compressed, so therefore we can, you know, read it and do our fun stuff with it. If we go to the cheat manager, which in this case, what are they going to name? Oh, everything's like R cheat manager or some horrible thing. Okay, yeah. So you got to get used to the prefix. I think it was meant to be what was it? Rocksteady or Rockstar or whatever the game company was. They used R for their first thing. So whatever the game company that made this, I can't remember. And so yeah, so what we have here is we have the R cheat manager, and this is just an easy way to quickly see some cheats that you can do. This one is not going to do anything for you because it just returns. So that's not going to do anything. You have list names, which is going to get you actor names. Okay, cool. But is there anything kind of cool in here that we can use? Toggle screenshot camera. That's kind of neat. Reload level. That's okay. That will be handy. Toggle ghost. So that's where. Oh, that would have been nice. So if I just do toggle ghost instead, I don't have to type in ghost or walk. I can just keep typing in toggle ghost, and then it'll just keep flipping back and forth between it. Ooh, slow-mo. That's nice. Now, be aware that this compiler or decompiler from UE Explorer is not always accurate. Technically, this float is a parameter in here in slow-mo, and you can actually do a slow-mo of like 0.5 to do half speed, or slow-mo, 2.0 for like double the game speed. So yeah, little fun things like that. So here you go. Whoa, super high speed. Wow. So this is basically making Batman run like super fast. This is just going to be movement speed. There is a way to actually toggle the time dilation, custom time dilation, and that can actually make your characters go like really can attack really fast and things. But I'm not going to get into that for this one. Because I don't really know the combo system and it could be a little different, but the custom time dilation, I guarantee you, can do some very fun things. Ooh, teleport, that's kind of cool. So teleport is the one that looks like it's also working. Upgrade mag. I don't really know what's going on there. That's okay. And then we have invisible. Oh, good. So you become invisible to enemies. That's fine. Yep, this is having some problems decompiling stuff. That's fine. Restore health. Oh, that's a nice command. Special move cheat doesn't do anything for us. Doesn't debug kill all enemies. Oh, that's fun. So kill all enemies. Okay. Debug kill all enemies. I like that. That's a good one. Debug camera up. Stop debug camera movement. Okay. This might fix my problem. This could potentially fix my problem with the co-op for Batman co-op, because you can go set console target and set that to a different local player, and then potentially you could run one of these commands here, and maybe if we could reset the camera or something like that. That could work out really well. This could be very important, because this tells us how to get the camera. Like this will give us the bytecode, and then if we have a camera and then we actually call like a camera dot function, that's actually very, very important. So I don't know if that's actually valid for what I need, but literally this camera thing Very important. This could be a camera stop debug camera. This could be the code that I need to kind of look for the bytecode. Because whatever this is decompiling to, it can fail or whatever. But the point is, if it can actually tell me that this is the bytecode that I need, that actually is very important. That you can learn lots of fun things by looking at the code. So wow, that is pretty cool. And then we got this. Oh yeah, we got all sorts of fun things in here. I'm kind of geeking out a bit because this is a lot of this is new to me here. Toggle thoughts. What? What do you mean toggle thoughts? Show thoughts. What? Oh, okay. So like, like their awareness state, like if they're afraid or if they're on to Batman or if they're unaware. Step on display. Okay, wow. Ooh, they got lots of fun stuff in here, and some games they rip out the cheats, but this one didn't, which is great. So you kind of you kind of get to see if you there. This right here. This is beautiful. This in bytecode would be very good because this would tell me how to get to certain things and call certain functions and with parameters and stuff. I'm sure the bytecode here is absolutely hideous, like it's a massive bytecode thing. But this is great. This right here is great for the camera and figuring that out. Because if I could figure out how to reset the camera for the other player, why not just take over one of these ones and alter the bytecode a little bit and see what you can do. But to be aware, I don't think you can just add in your own functions with bytecode. I think you have to take an existing function and add your own bytecode in and overwrite stuff. And then the remaining bytecode, you would need to like just declare a string and just like fill up that empty string with a bunch of stuff until you get to the return here. So the rest of this would just like kind of get like deleted and just turn into like one big weird string declaration where it's like string, Batman string equals I'm so awesome. Oh yeah, I'm doing all the bytes until all the bytes are used up, and then we'll get to the return point, and then we get to the return point. So then that's the end of that. Like that's to me, that's what I think would work. I like this, the debug camera. That's nice. Debug force third person camera. Okay, that's good. So we got the outer player camera. If camera equals and does not equal none. Oh, okay. If camera does not equal none, force third person camera. Go to state walk, go to state look. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Oh, we have a constant here of 250, and this is add XP. So technically you could find this bytecode and you could probably up this value a fair amount, or maybe not, depending. You might not be able to up this value too much, depending on how many bytes were allocated for this. But if it's an int, you can up this a lot because an int 32 will give you a lot of bytes. So you can make this like 10 million easy, but don't know because this is just this. So that's kind of cool. This is an enumeration. I'm sure their enums are somewhere in this thing. Player WTF now. I'm not sure. So this can sometimes do interesting things. I don't know what this would do. Player. Oh, post-process WTF. This is our post-process effect. And then what are we doing? We are just this is some of the stuff is just weapon config WTF. Okay, so this is just some of the stuff is just debugging. Unlock all upgrades. That's nice. So yeah, I mean, I can go on and on, but to get into a little bit about out of BM game here, or even in engine, if you just look for cheat manager, right? You can see that there's even more commands here because some of these were inherited, and there's these other ones. So okay, we got freeze frame. That's kind of cool. And then this is a delay, so you can have freeze frame 5 or something, and then for 5 seconds it's frozen. That's cool. Kill view. Okay, fine. Teleport. Change size. Change size. You can make Batman big. That's funny. I don't care about the underwater thing. Fly. Yeah, we did that one. Walk and go. So we did that. Got all ammo, which doesn't do anything. We have God. Oh, that's always good. So that way you can never die from enemies. That jump Z said gravity. Ooh, gravity could be kind of fun. The speed again, the ground speed. Kill all. Yeah, that's kill all pawns. Okay, cool. And if we're not player pawn, then we'll kill. Okay, so we'll kill your guy. You never know. This one will though. This will kill everything. Ooh, summon. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. 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 Oh, this is a win. Um, Although I'm not sure how well it would work. The I don't know because depending on how the game has been cooked, dynamic load object might not actually work, which is a problem because I can technically give it whatever references, but if dynamic load object doesn't work because of the way the game could have been cooked, then this isn't really going to do much for you. Otherwise, you could literally be like, I want to spawn in Robin, I want to spawn in the Joker, I want to play as the Joker. Because if you have summon, there's got to be the avatar command in here because avatar is your possessed pawn. Give weapon. Okay, that's fine. Players only. That basically freezes the game except for the players. Destroy fractures. Okay, for fracture meshes. Fracture meshes. Remember spot. View self. View player. That's fine. View actor. I don't care about that too much. Stream level. Only low level. Debug. Toggle debug camera. See that? This could be important. This could be very important. If player's local player. What is this doing? Okay, if player is local, then we have the debug camera controller, or we break or something, and then we debug. PC does not equal none. Enable debug camera, and then that enable debug camera gives our player. Okay, so it passes in the player controller, and then what are we doing? We are debug camera controller reference. We are spawning a controller. Oh, we are spawning a camera. We are spawning. Enable debug. We are spawning a camera. Okay. Oh, this might be how you get the co-op with double cameras. I don't know if I just don't know if the debug camera could mess with, like if the debug camera just spawn player camera. Yes. If it literally will just spawn the camera and just if it works like a normal camera, I'd be very happy about that. I don't know what this will do. But if that literally spawns the camera for the player and like here it is, and all you have to do is you just have to run the command toggle debug camera after setting the local player to a certain value, because there is a way to figure out what values you have for certain characters, and that revolves around get all commands and set commands, and you can slowly figure out those, what to call and figure out things, because in the game viewport client, this is where you would try and get the split screen stuff, and in the viewport client there is the viewport console, which is fine, but I was looking for our array. It might not be here as easy as I hope, but there is a create initial player somewhere in this game viewport client, and that one is where I basically kind of cheated and was able to get 2 players. Create initial player. Here we go. So what I did is I cheated, and I made it so that yes, initially controller ID. We do a thing where, and in here I say if be found initial gamepad, I just said false, and then I still have it create the player, and then it would move on to this one, and it's like oh, you haven't found it yet, and then here I set the controller ID to 1, and then then that way it would then create the next player 2, and that way I would get player 1 and player 2 created. But then the problem is, like, because this isn't, and maybe this caused issues. I don't think it really caused the issue. I think the main problem is the stupid camera. But now that with enabling the cheats and stuff, that might be the option to get out of it. And again, right, the certain values you change, right? So the controller ID from a 0 here, that would become a 1. So from 25 it'd become bytecode 26. And then up here, when I had be found initial gamepad true 27 would become 28 false for found initial gamepad. That's how I cheated it and got it to do the double, which is neat. And So yeah, that could be something regarding the cheats there for that enable debug camera. Because if that forces the character to spawn the new camera, that's literally my big problem. The rest of it isn't too hard, and I know how to set split screen. Like there's a way to do a set split screen command to make it a vertical split screen, which would be awesome. And then doing the summon command, if you could actually summon and force one of the players to become Robin, um, that is just like awesome time. Like wow, that would be just awesome. So yeah, that is something. Or if you overwrite a command, overwrite some cheat command with your own code, and if the cheat command's big enough and you can put enough bytes in there, you could do a lot. You could literally you could literally take over a few commands and be like, hey, spawn Robin, possess Robin, and there you go. You got your Batman and Robin game. Like, whew, wow, that was kind of a bit of a gold mine, I think. I was just kind of I just want to go back to our cheat manager here. Actually, I just want to take a look and see, do we have avatar? Oh, we have summon, which is great. So summon works beautifully. But do we have? Because I mean, that's the only thing. I don't know if 100% if this will actually summon the class, or if it needs to be like loaded in a package, because it might need to be loaded in a package. If this just worked, because like on the normal PC build, like that isn't necessarily shipped out to PC, like PC console cooked, then you might be able to get away with this. Otherwise, you might not be able to do this, which would really suck, because this is what you want, and this is how you spawn things. But at least this code could tell you some things, because this is your outer spawn. So this alone would help you with that, and then you could figure out how to like put in a class here or something. And it'd be a bit of a nightmare trying to figure that one out. But I'm sure it's doable. And then the rest of this you could just keep as is. I see no problem with any of this. And then you just do that, and then you figure out how to do outer dot possess pawn. You figure that one out. You figure that out, man. You got this. Like, because outer technically is our player controller, because cheat manager extends player controller. So if I go to our player controller here in cheat manager, right, it says within player controller. Sorry, my mistake. Because cheat manager is within player controller, technically the outer of cheat manager is player controller, and then you can go player controller dot pawn, player controller dot spawn camera or something, like that. This might be actually everything that I need to do it. I just wasn't smart enough to realize it until I sort of did this tutorial. it's kind of here, and kind of had things about the camera and stuff. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but if I could literally I could call the world info. Because there is some command, I think, that's like load package. That's like an object. There's an object like load package command, and that could technically load whatever package I need, and then that would let me load in Robin, just in case the whole dynamic loading thing didn't work. That could potentially work. Yeah. Oh, that could be. Oh, level streaming stats, package name. I mean, yes, they call this package name, but technically it can load other packages, not just levels. It can load like character assets and stuff. Oh man, that's kind of exciting. That's really, 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 really exciting, actually. I'd kind of given up on this. I was kind of like, I don't know what I can do to make it do co-op, and I was just kind of sad. But this kind of like telling me, it's like, oh, look how easy this could be. Oh man. Okay, well, I'm gonna end the tutorial here. I kind of told you everything about the tutorial, but oh wow, it is kind of cool. I guess the other link I could show is I did try to have my own little like forum where I was trying to like figure out what to do, and it was just going bad because debug create player one was like stripped out of the game, and I don't think I can just like bytecode my way and put it back in and have everything work. Although maybe you can. Maybe you can. Now that I figured out how to get, enable cheats working, there's a lot of nice functions in there that you could just plop in some stuff. But the problem is my big problem, right, is figuring out from here in Cheat Manager how the heck am I going to call like the game viewport client, or how am I going to get that? Like, because I'm assuming I would have to get it from world info. It'd have to be like outer.worldinfo and then dot. I don't even know if at that point you're going to get your game viewport. Like, I don't even know how that is. I'm sure I can figure it out, but like for that maybe uncodex MRL. Sometimes this can help you like figure out stuff. This is not what I was looking for. This is probably more. Yeah, this is more like it. So this is it's kind of like a little hidden holy grail. So what you can do is if you look at like world info or something like that, or even in the compiler, I guess you could do it in here too. You just sort of like in world info, you could see if in here if you get a game viewport client or something. I don't I don't even know, or if it loads like something else. Like I don't even know. It's just bizarre. But like, yeah, the game viewport client. Okay, F viewport, high level abstract interface. Yes, okay. One game viewport client is created for each instance of the game. Okay, yes, that's fine. Okay, but that doesn't tell me necessarily. Doesn't necessarily tell me where it is. It's like, okay, yeah, we make it here, but where do we use it? Where is it used? That's the thing I don't know for sure. But yeah, oh good, there's a set split mode. That's kind of cool. Oh wow, there you go. Execute set split, and that right there, you can go set split, and that could probably change up your split screen type. And then you got what? 0, 1, 2. Ooh, 2. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just I'm just gonna see if that works or not. I mean, I don't know if we have the set split command in this thing, but it's kind of it's worth a shot to just sort of see. I have to admit, this has been kind of a big shock to me. I pretty much had given up on trying to figure out how to do co-op, but this might be like more than doable, and you could technically be playing Batman and Robin. And I mean, I'm sure some puzzles could still be broken in the game, but I mean, the main like go around and fight people will probably work. So, yeah, huh? That is just crazy. And I'm getting a phone call.